So I will be going through the answer for your worksheet on digestion. Let us begin. Which enzyme will digest peanut oil in the alimentary canal? So oil contains fats. So what is the enzyme that digests fats? You can refer to your notes. Fats is digested by lipase into glycerol and fatty acid. So lipase is the enzyme. Glycerol and the fatty acid, they are the product. So lipase, glycerol and fatty acid, the answer is B. So please put a tick. You can use your red ink to mark. You can change the ink color in your gem. Which molecules are produced by the digestion of maltose and protein? So there's a typo here. This one is not starch. This one is maltose. So let us take a look at the slide. For maltose, it produces glucose. Protein, it produces amino acid. So maltose to glucose and protein to amino acid. The diagram represents a large molecule found in flour, which is broken down into simpler product by an enzyme. This process happens in the mouth, or it occurs in the mouth. Which row identifies the large molecules and the enzyme? So let us take a look at the digestion that occurs in the mouth. So in the mouth, salivary amylase digests starch into maltose. So large molecules is starch. The enzyme is amylase. So the answer is D. So you can see that all the question, the answer can be found inside your slides. What is produced by chemical reaction involving protease? So protease will digest protein into amino acid. This is indicated down here. Okay, it's a repeat. Digestion of starch allows nutrients to be. So what is the purpose of digestion? Let us take a look. So the function of digestion. Okay, digestion is the breaking down of large complex insoluble substance to simpler soluble molecules so that they are small enough to be absorbed. So let's look at this. Okay, so that they can be absorbed into the blood. Large molecules in food are broken down into smaller molecules in the alimentary canal. What is the name of this process? So broken down into smaller molecules is called digestion. Alright, this the whole chapter is about. Where is bile made? So if you remember the notes that you copy down, bile is produced in the liver. Okay, liver produces and releases bile. So answer is liver. The diagram shows the human gut. Which row show the route of food through the alimentary canal? Now it might be a bit small, so let me scroll. So first it passes through the esophagus, then the stomach. So 1, 2, it doesn't pass through 3 because 3 is the pancreas. So 1, 2, 5 as well as 4. 6 is the gallbladder. So 1, 2, 3, no, not 3. So it's 1, 2, 5 and 4. Is there the answer? 1, 2, 5, and 4. Okay, there's no answer. Maybe there could be a typo. So if you got this wrong, I think the problem is on me. I might have made a typo. So most likely this one should be 5. So do change it into 5. Then this one will be the correct answer. What is the main function of the large intestine? So main function of the large intestine, absorb digested food. No, that one is small intestine. It absorbs water. Yes, that's correct. Gets rid of undigested food and material from the body. That is your anus. Then it produces enzyme to digest food. Large intestine, there's no digestion of food. So it absorbs water. Function of gallbladder. So let us take a look. Gallbladder stores bile and release them. So stores bile. Does it produce bile? Bile is produced by liver, not gallbladder. So store bile is the correct answer for gallbladder. Which function is performed by the small intestine? Small intestine obviously doesn't eat. Egest is passing out of feces. Respiration, it does, but then it's not the function. So we will have absorption of the nutrients. The diagram shows some organs of the digestive systems. What is or where is amylase made? So 1 is the salivary gland, 2 is the stomach, 3 is the liver, 4 is the pancreas. Amylase is made in the, let us just take a look. So we know that it is made in the mouth over here. Okay, it's made in the mouth. Then if we scroll down to your small intestine, or rather your pancreas, pancreas produces and releases amylase. So the answer is 1 and 4. So the answer is B. The diagram shows alimentary canal. Where is the enzyme responsible for the first stage of digestion of protein? So protein digestion will take place starting from your stomach. So answer is, let me make a circle. Okay, so your answer is A. Why is that yellow? Yeah. So A is your answer. A is digest, or rather the protein is digested in the stomach. Of course, after stomach, it will go into the small intestine to be further digested into amino acid. Okay, the diagram shows part of the alimentary canal. Into which region is the pancreatic juice released? So if we take a look, pancreas is down here. It is released into the small intestine, because small intestine have the pancreatic juice as it is released by the pancreas. So which one is the small intestine? It's A as well as D, but pancreas being down here, it cannot be released into D. So your answer, let me just copy the circle. Oops. Let me see whether I can paste the circle here. Alright, so the answer is A, the upper part of your small intestine. Possible pH of stomach. So if we take a look at stomach, it contains hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid acid, the pH is lower than 7. So it cannot be 14, 9, or 7. 7 is neutral. So the answer is 2. Okay, finally we move on to the structured question. Diagram names the part. So let me just insert text box. Okay, so the problem is, okay, great. Then I put it to the front. Yeah, so you can see why I use gem, because gem is a lot easier for you to write rather than a Word document. Okay, so let's make it transparent. And also, can I make the outline disappear? Okay, no outline. Alright, so this one is the lever. Okay, lever. Let me just make the font bigger. So if you are correct, please give yourself a tick. This is the pancreas. Okay, next, let's answer the two intestine. Obviously, you can see from the sides which one is small, which one is large. So this one is the small intestine. While this is the large intestine. Okay, name of substrate. That means the amylase digests what to give you maltose. Amylase will digest starch. Maybe I can change the color. Starch. Protease digests protein into amino acid. And finally, name of enzyme that digests fats is lipase. Gastric juice contains protease, pepsin. State what pepsin is and describe its function. So this one is a bit of things that you did not learn. But the question already mentioned already. Protease, pepsin. So what is pepsin? So pepsin is an enzyme. And being an enzyme, so this one will give you 1 mark. What's the function of enzyme? It is to break or digest. Protease is digest protein into smaller protein. This one is your second mark. So this will be your answer. Suggest why partly digested food is normally not absorbed in the stomach. Now, most of the food are absorbed in the small intestine, and there's a very good reason for it. Because partly digested food are still too big and insoluble and can not be absorbed. So because those molecules are still too big, so they cannot be absorbed. In the alimentary canal, large molecules in food are broken down into smaller molecules. The breakdown of product include amino acid and glucose. Explain why this breakdown is necessary. Okay, this digestion is needed to break down food into smaller and soluble molecules so they can be absorbed in the small intestine. Okay, if you want for completion. So this one will be your 1 mark. Describe how we uses, okay, let's change, amino acid. So amino acid is used to make protein. So amino acid are used for growth and repair. Okay, this one will give you 1 mark. And to produce enzyme, because enzyme are made up of protein. You can also write hormones, but this you have not learned it yet. Glucose is used for energy. Glucose is used as a form of energy. And this one can be found in your notes, which is down here. Source of immediate energy. So if you want immediate, you can write immediate. Okay, form of immediate energy. But either way is okay. Finally, the diagram shows alimentary canal. Describe the physical digestion and chemical digestion that takes place in the mouth and small intestine. So inside the mouth, physical digestion, that's chewing. Then chemical digestion, there is starch being digested into maltose by amylase. For stomach, is the churning of food. This one is the physical digestion. While chemical digestion is digestion of protein. Okay, chemical digestion. Protein is being digested into smaller protein. Okay, finally, your small intestine. A lot is going on. Physical digestion is your bowel. Bowel breaks down or breaks up large fat droplets to tiny droplets. Chemical digestion is everything. You can see from the summary table that is right at the end here. Oh yeah, emulsification. You can use the word emulsification. Okay, so emulsification of large fat droplets into tiny droplets. Okay, for chemical digestion, as mentioned, is actually everything. fats to fatty acid and so on. So fats is digested into fatty acid and glycerol. Protein digested by protease into amino acid, and finally starch is digested into maltose by amylase, and maltose is digested by, let me just increase it, okay, maltase into glucose. Yep, so these will be all for the worksheet of digestion. And of course, sorry for the few error. So what are the error? The we need to change. And also this one we need to change. And finally, the starch was originally here changed into maltose. Alright,